Welcome to Your OC Sucks, a weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and the worst fan-created original characters from the My Little Pony fandom. This show is unscripted and unfiltered, so moderate language will be used. As well as this show is a little heavy on the critique at times. That being said, if you are easily offended, don't watch. If not, feel free to join us for this week's episode. Welcome to episode 3 for March 21st, 2014. This week, we'll be looking at some OCs that were brought to us from the creator of the individual OC. That's right, folks, it's a 100% fan-submitted episode. My name is Mummified Thunderbirds, or Mummified for short. I'm the host, project manager, and animator for the show. Today, I am joined by...
Commander Sparkle, assistant project manager.
I'm Eddie Bobo, and I'm in charge of guest questions and viewer interaction.
And I'm Smooth Sailing, and I'm the editor.
So... like I said, this week we're going to be taking a look at some, not all, of the viewer-submitted OCs that have come up this week. The last 2 weeks the last two episodes, or since the last episode, the first episode came out, we've been getting a lot of people wanting us to take a look at their OCs. Now, we've had a lot of different suggestions and opening, and when there was just 8 of them, I was really tempted just to do just the first 8, and then when we get another 8, whatever, or we would do another episode. But since we had a multitude of them over the 2-week break that we just took, I figured it'd be still okay to do our good, bad for each of us and then still vote at the end. So anything new for you guys this week? Anything you want to bring up?
Nothing in particular now.
So the mighty dice roll of fate has indicated that I will be going first this week. I'm going to keep with the tradition of going with good OC first. My choice this week is Red Note. Now, Red Note is an OC that is owned by Chayubutt, a lovely lady that, unfortunately, I have yet to find any other art submitted by her, other places, but I do know a little bit of a backstory from when I talked to her. She is a Pegasus. She's, well, as you could probably tell by the picture, but Red Note is a mail carrier. Now, as opposed to our lovely wall-eyed friend, she is actually good at her job.
Whoa, man, are you implying something there?
Implications.
I'm implying that Derpy is a derp. She just derps all
Whoa,
around. She's
man,
just
that's
derp.
offensive.
I love this OC just because it has not only because of what Bant, I want to say the creator's name is, but I think the character design and art style behind it is just lovely. But it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, I like it. It's a great character, great idea and concept. And Chayu is actually pretty sweet herself. She's pretty nice. I've been talking to her, getting to know her. Apparently she does a little bit of voice acting on the side. And in all, I think this is just a lovely character. What do you guys think?
Gonna start off with a good thing. Love the color palette. It's really soothing on the eyes. I love the way the colors work. When this OC was first brought up to me before this episode, actually it was like a week ago. I mentioned how the color palette reminded me of Rose Look, but then I was pointed out that no, it's not the same. It's a totally different hair color. But I love the color palette.
I was actually about to say, totally reminds me of Roselock. So I guess it does, yet it doesn't. Okay, whatever. That's an explanation.
Apparently.
Well, my counterpoint to when I was talking to Commander about that was the fact that Roseluck has more of a magenta, burgundy hair, while she's got more of a rose or autumn leaf red. I don't. If you catch what I'm getting at.
Funny that Roseluck doesn't have the rose color.
Yeah.
Ironic, yes. Smooth put a picture of Roseluck on the screen. From the backstory that I have found on her, she's age is questionable out there hasn't yet figured out. But she is in fact a Pegasus. She's from her name is Red Note, and she resides in Cloudsdale. She apparently is. It's just great because not only is it like a fun, interesting character, but the uniform that has been given to Red Note for being a Pegasus or a mail carrier, like the little neckband she wears, the little cuffs on her hooves, the little leaves behind her ears, even the adorable little white stockings on her back legs are just freaking adorable.
Oh, it's so cute. Like, I was gonna bring up, the fucking accessories are adorable.
And what's best of all is that she has a cute, adorable, tiny tail, smooth.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any opinions on that. Not in the slightest. I don't have opinions. Didn't you know?
Okay, so, moving forward, I have one thing. I'm not sure whether it's like a complaint or something. It's more like confusion. What is that hair coming out of the ear? Yeah, I'm confused.
Oh.
Did you
It is coming out of the
did
hair.
you learn about that? Or I'm just
It's
confused.
made of magic.
I'm not even.
It's definitely an interesting choice. I thought it was just a weird thing coming out of the back of her mane or whatever, but yeah, it actually is coming out of the ears. I don't think it's terrible.
It's not too distracting. Like you said, you kind of mistake it as part of the back of the hair, and it's not too different from a normal pony design.
The only problem I have with it is that because of the fact that it's coming out of the ear, it seems to be like way higher than the rest of the hair. So I think that's a little bit, I guess, off-putting or something like that. I kind of am interested to like see what it is exactly, why they chose to do this, because I've never seen anything like that on any OC ever. So.
I almost want to believe that it's like hair growing out of the ear.
Almost
But-
want to believe, but
Like,
that's
the
like
top
what
of
it
the ear?
is.
No, like from the out of the inside,
But that's like what
Well,
it
that's what it
is.
looks like, because
like the
'Cause,
white
I
hair
mean,
on the
the-
inside of cats.
if you look, like, I mean, the stroke or whatever the color on, like, for the ear to signify where, like, I don't know with words to describe it, but the whole thing is that, like, red color.
Any other thoughts or ideas on this one, guys?
I
Uh,
guess
I mean,
I really like how the
I-
colors mesh. I'm not a big fan of, once again, front heavy, and the colored wings kind of seems odd to me, but yeah.
Colored wings, it's sort of just a personal preference thing, though.
I guess I'm just too, I guess
Yeah.
I'm just too, everything has to be the same for,
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the colored wings normally. I think that they look good on this OC, but
I think she might be a
I think
little.
it might just be good.
She's a little too different to ever be like. I couldn't
In the
see,
show?
I couldn't see her in the show. Is what I'm saying, but she's close.
Minor tweaks, and I believe it would be a show act or a show appropriate one. Now, it's not to say that every OC needs to be show appropriate.
No.
It's just if that's an end goal to view the character as, then it could be.
socks.
We said that. Like, that was the first thing. I was like, well, she has a bunch of adorable accessories, just like the adorable socks.
that was actually the last accessory you stated, which should have made
Well-
it actually even more notable. But you said stockings, not socks, so apparently that means it doesn't.
I
Technicalities.
didn't see them at first until I kind of like looked under and noticed like, it's like, is her back legs not right? And I looked at the other one. I'm like, no, they're normal. And then I go, oh, they're socks.
Medi just got to the party.
Welcome.
As we're leaving the party.
Yeah.
And
And
I do like her cutie mark as well. But
I was segueing, you dick!
wait a minute, just before we segue over to the next piece,
Beep, beep,
I don't
beep.
like
know how-
how her cutie mark doesn't kind of change when she's on a different side.
Okay, that I'm probably going to chalk up to just the creator Baint, I believe, or copyright Chestnuts would just not have that way. I think it's just a simple oversight. I don't think the character
Yeah.
actually means to not have a
Okay, it's just something I
reflected
noticed
cutie mark.
a second ago.
It
It's definitely a critique.
could be one of those things where the person doesn't actually know, because for like years I was like, dude, why would it flip? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, guess what, guys? Every single one ever flips. And then I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Then
Why wouldn't it flip?
Why would it?
Why wouldn't it flip?
Fight!
Because-
Fight! Derailment!
Because
Derailment!
it's the
Derailment!
same direction.
yeah, because if the cutie mark really doesn't matter, as long as the one side that you've designed to face forward is always facing forward.
But what if it's like, you know, an astrological symbol, whereas backwards it makes absolutely no sense?
Well, then that is something else. But if you have
Better cutie mark.
well, not necessarily. I mean, because when you think about Luna, her cutie mark is like a waning. Wait, no, actually, her cutie mark still would work, because then it'd be waning and waxing on. Dude, that's actually really cool. Like, her cutie mark is not only just a waning crescent, but also a waxing gibbous, or I think is what it's called. That's
No, it would
really
still be
cool.
it still would be a crescent.
Whatever, regardless, that's actually kind of cool.
You were doing so well, Momify, but then you just totally blew it.
Yeah.
As is everything in my life. I do really well, and then I blow it all to hell. Minor critique, and then we are moving on after this. The bottom head has the fluff coming out of the ear, the truffula tree ear fluff, is a weird color in comparison to the other 5 heads. The one just above
I
red.
noticed that one.
It looks like it
That
switched.
bottom head,
It looks like it switched.
the bottom head
to-
by itself is kind of off.
I like it.
No, I mean
It's not
like
necessar-
it's different than it seems to be different than most. Like if you notice, her.
It's because you can actually see her other eye.
Well, I mean her also her another minor critique. Her first spike coming off of the ear and the bottom spikes isn't the same color as the finished one down below.
Yeah, not to mention the difference between left and right. Minor critiques on this character.
These are just minor, very minor.
Yeah, in all,
It is a nice
the character
OC.
is it is a nice OC. I like it a lot. So
I think it's adorable.
moving on, and the fate of the dice has chosen Smooth to be the next one. So we're going to take a look at his good OC.
Okay.
Smooth, tell us about this one.
This is I'm going to be going ahead and assuming the pronunciation of this Quelsi, I believe.
I think that's good.
I think that's fair.
Okay. Let's see here. Unfortunately, I couldn't really find any more art of this one. It was just so literally the only lines below it are this peculiar little pony is the younger sister of another one of my OCs, Absynthia, which I could not find art for. She also happens to be Listless's rival and the bane of her existence and stuff. So, I guess with, I suppose, with expression and rivalry, apparently, she gets at least a little bit of personality?
And
Well,
I totally can't
yeah.
tell why you picked this one. Cough, cough, pigtails.
I don't
cough,
know
cough.
what you're talking about. It's not like... I like pigtails or anything. Nope, totally no.
It is like
I also like the colors, how they work together.
I do really like her eye color, even though the minor critique is the what are they called? We're
Irises?
supposed to be
Pupils?
where it's like one shade of yellow, darker shade, white.
Accents.
Yeah,
The accents.
the accents, they don't really change all that much.
Accents.
Accents don't really.
Enunciation. A Moses supposes a roses a toes, but Moses supposes erroneously.
Okay, I'm done. Alright, goodbye, guys.
Well,
Well, I'm leaving the
that looks like
podcast.
it's all game over. Just freaking bye, guys.
No, guys, come back!
Anyways, I like the accents of her eyes, but I don't like how they don't darken.
You mean the gradient? How the overall gradient isn't there?
Yeah, but I'd imagine, what is this, digital or is this actual pastel? It looks
No,
like.
this is digital.
Oh,
I talked to the guy a little bit. I briefly went back and forth in a couple of emails with him, and he talked about how he apparently he actually made his own brushes and whatnot in it. And when you look at it a little bit further away, I feel at least that it looks nice. It looks like kind of those. I don't know why I'm thinking of it this way, but like wood painted toys you would play with as a child.
I can see that.
I-
It's
Yeah.
kind of got a grainy feel to it.
I see oil pastel. What are they called? Oil crayons?
I don't freaking know.
Yeah.
I see a drawing done in that medium.
I see a future for you full of conventions and bright colors.
I like the unique take, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah. I get it.
I especially hated using oil pastels back in when I was doing art in school, and I really don't like them anymore now.
Yeah. I don't know. I find that this person's art style is very interesting and technical, and it definitely, I feel, isn't. It's not bad. It's different. It's not, the typical, clean cut Photoshop drawn pictures that we see all over the place. It's not the technical vectors that are just so precise and exact. It's a little bit more messy. It's not necessarily the clean cut. It's more, not necessarily abstract, but just has more feeling, I want to say, from it.
I can see that.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out that this is one of their earliest pictures on DeviantArt, and I think that they've improved a lot with this medium and stuff like that, looking at more recent pictures.
It is definitely a unique style.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Which I think is cool. It's always nice to have your own style.
And you said he made these brushes, right?
Yeah, he made the brushes in Photoshop, I think.
That is dedication to a new level. Because I just had to make a couple brushes today, and they're fun to make, but they're also really annoying to make.
One thing I think is really cool, and this is sort of an artistic thing, more so than the OC, and I'll get to stuff about the OC in a second, but because of the style and stuff like that, having all the like blacks and other colors just sort of splattered around, sort of like meshing together, like it's really interesting to see that, especially since it is a digital like art piece, because they're sticking true, more like trying to stick as true as they can to the traditional medium, but in a digital sense, which is I think like something that is like it's hard to do. Sort of, and then just to talk about the OC, I think that the colors are good and stuff.
Smooth, what do you think about the actual pony herself?
I think she's adorable. She has a lot of hair, and she has a tail also. And she has pigtails. That's like
So
3
in other
tails.
words,
I
she's
do like
triple
how
the tails.
she is an all green mare, because her coat. Well, I mean, besides her eyes, but her eyes are lovely. But her coat is a very, very light green.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I'm pretty sure it's
Any
yellow.
way I'm looking at it, I'm not seeing green.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing yellow.
How
It's
you
all ecru.
It seems almost like
I see
It's
green.
Ecru.
I
Ecru.
can see green, but I believe it's more of a yellow.
Ecru.
Okay, never mind.
So to change that around, it's nice that all of her is yellow except for her mane, which is green. Also, I wish there was a better angle so you could see if she had a cutie mark or not, and if she did, what it would be, what she's good at. Rivaling is not a cutie mark talent, I believe, because...
Also, all glory to the Unicorn Master Race.
Moving on to the next piece, which the Die of Fate has decided to pick Commander. I'm taking a look at, tell us a little bit about Fantasy Interaction by
Incantation.
Takayasu Rar. Incantation, whatever.
yeah, it's incantation. Well, the one thing is that I haven't seen about this OC is really any backstory. I was looking through the person who made its DA, and I just didn't really see anything specifically with a backstory. Looked at a few different pictures, and nothing.
Mummified.
Apparently, no. This is the one.
Mummified. This one was submitted on Tumblr, right?
This one was submitted on our Tumblr page, and you too can submit to our Tumblr page at tumblr.com/ wait a minute, that's not the right address. Oh, God.
Well,
Okay. You can submit at.
You can submit it at eurocsuckspodcast.tumblr.com.
you can submit it
click on,
at
submit.
Mummified's dumb at dumb.
You can submit it at. Put it on the screens.
Dumbified.
You
If
can.
you
If you have any OCs you want to send in, submit it to Smooth. Put this address on the screen at yahoo.com.
or you can ask a question at our Tumblr page about why Mummified's such a butt and why he can't do anything right at the same Tumblr address. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so spoilers. I kind of charged in, and I'm kind of still head of community interaction. So if I've responded to you, and if you got a response from anything involving EuroC Sucks, it's a good chance that it was probably me talking to you. Yeah. So, no, I mean, it was submitted to our Tumblr page, and I took a look at it, and I find it hard to critique. Not that I'm looking for something bad to find in it, but it's just this
So
piece.
lovely.
It's like, you say that, but that leaves almost absolutely nothing to it. It's like it's hard to put into words. Like, I can't attack this because on a artistic level, yes, it is better than me, but or better than my art. Not saying that you can't critique people's art that is better than you, but I can't find something that I know is wrong with it that they don't know. Like, there's that Venn diagram of things that I know is wrong with the piece, and the Venn diagram of what they know is wrong with the piece. But I can't, the amount of that's just me knowing what's wrong is so minute that I can't do anything about it. The only thing that I could technically nitpick about this is the anime eye that's going over her hair. And normally that's kind of an okay thing. Like, if you have a character and you're doing the whole anime eye, well, that means the hair is going to be like slightly opaque to help show through. But this eye literally looks like it's floating on top of the hair.
That's just this artist's style, though.
And I get that, and
that's their style.
And that's definitely an artist's style. But for me personally, it's just not my thing. Not to mention
I can understand that.
Not to mention the fact that it's so damn cute that it's hard to find anything wrong with it, which I find is almost a cop-out.
I just find it weird that she has red in her tail very obviously, but you have to really, really look for it in her mane. And if you didn't know it was there from her tail, you wouldn't even be able to see it. It just...
I thought they were reflections off the giant heart flower.
I would like to say that looking at other pictures of this OC, there actually isn't any
What?
in the mane.
Really?
Yeah, and another thing I'd like to point out that this is like just crazy. If you look at the third picture I linked, I added after a second. Look how they created this OC.
See, and that's the thing, though. I try not to say that you guys can't make pony creator OCs, but it's just one of those things that it's like, yeah, it's a good starting point, but if then you move on to trying in other mediums to wait a minute.
She started,
And then you look at the second picture.
And then I remember...
She started as an alicorn, then lost her wings.
I was about to say, I'm like, this is an alicorn! And then I went back to the cutesy wootsy one, and I was like, wait, there's no wings on it. I'm like... But then the coat has wing lapels or wing collar on it or something like that. I can't tell.
Probably an homage to her origins. Or maybe she still actually has wings.
I don't
think so.
I don't think so. I think they fixed that. It's probably the homage, but yeah, I get your point here, Commander. The fact that it went from Pony Creator or Pony OC Creator Flash game, terrible shitstorm that it is. Not the OC itself, but just the idea of basing your entire artistic medium behind that is a bad idea. But then they actually go into it and actually develop or use the style of art they have to create this picture, which honestly, the fantasy clockwork style by Diagon 197. It actually, I like this one more than the giant cutesy wootsy one because this actually has character behind it, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
This one's better.
But yeah, and that one is actually made by the person whose OC it is. The other one was a commission.
Exactly. And that's the thing, though. With commissions, it's so hard to judge sometimes because you can't get a feel for what the actual artist is trying to say. It's like, yeah, you can convey it as much as you want to the person who you're commissioning it from, but it's the fact of the matter that if the person you're commissioning from is such on a way other different level than than you are, not to say that Diagon 19 is bad in their style. No, I like it. I dig it. But it's just the fact that it's a completely different thing on the other thing that I can't work with that. I can't. There's nothing there to see. It's like, oh, this is a great piece of art, but there's an OC in it. Well, I don't care about the OC. It's good art. Yeah. While this is a cool OC.
Yeah. And that's why I included the other pictures, because I find that the other pictures really, specifically the clockwork style, really solidified the OC. And seeing that it came from being a, Pony Creator OC to this, an OC that seems to have character and, it's really, I think it's adorable and it's awesome. And I like what they did with the mane to change it from the original Pony Creator mane.
Do you really like her mane?
I really like her mane.
Right on.
So guys,
not to mention the fact that in all incarnations of this character, there's some kind of cutesy wootsy accessory, whether it's the bow or the little nurse hat. Smooth or Medi, do you have any input on this?
I think she's super adorable.
In which one?
I will agree. I actually,
the Pony Creator
I
one.
really love the way you worded that. The commission art being a beautiful piece of art, but you really don't care about the pony in it. You just care about the entire piece entirely. But
Yeah.
I think the fucking when I opened up Fantasy Clockwork Style, I immediately dawed at the adorable OC because it was a fucking cute picture.
It's weird how those things can come about, but it's so good when they actually happen. When you
this
enjoy.
Fantasy Incarnation is a nice
Incantation.
Pink Po.
Punk Po. Pink. It's a nice background image.
Yeah, it's definitely a wallpaper.
It is totally a
Oh my
wallpaper.
god, it is a wallpaper. Oh my god.
Goodness, guys, really?
16 by 9.
But fantasy clockwork style seems like an actual like depiction of his / her OC.
There.
There.
Gender neutral term.
Yay.
Get out of here, Tumblr. Nobody
Thon-
likes you. Smooth, you got anything?
Thon OC.
I like it.
Also, they are a male.
Okay, his OC.
Okay, his OC. It's adorable, dude. Keep it up.
It's cute.
Smooth.
Ian, I like your style.
I
Smooth.
don't really have anything new to say. I mean, everyone is all like saying things, and I'm just like, okay.
I have things to say about this OC. I like this OC. Also, one thing I'd like to quickly bring up is, and this is talking about the commission one, is and the fact that you guys at first were looking at the commission one, and you're like, how you had to search for the red in the name. I think like the fact that it has those accents in that piece only is really interesting. And like, I think it it really accentuates like the OC. And it's really cute, but it's also really interesting to see that that's not actually part of the OC.
Yeah. So, that's lovely. I love it. But that means we're down to just one more person on the good OCs for this week, and that person is Medi Bobo.
Oh
Medi
man.
Bobo. There's an interesting story behind this because this was submitted to us, I believe, through our email at EuroCSucksPodcast@gmail.com, and it's one of those things that I saw it and I'm like, okay, this is great. And then like last week sometime I was looking through your favorites, Medis, or Medi, your favorites, and I saw that you had an actual Starstruck folder in your favorites. So I'm like, well, shit, I know what he's going to pick this week.
I was so
tell us
blown
about
away that she submitted to us. Zoe Stardust submitted this beautiful OC. This is one of my favorites. This is Starstruck. She's an adorable Bat Pony OC. And before I even get to her character, by God, this is a character reference sheet.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Blown away by this. I was like, there is everything here. You have full, filly, regular grown up, flying, her speed trail, like her as a crystal pony, her in a gala dress, her with a wet mane, and for God's sake, she even has a fucking Equestria Girl version of it.
She also
It's
has a
so-
good butt shot.
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah, a good.
I glossed over
Man.
that for a second, but now that you pointed it out, I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty nice butt shot.
That's a lovely thing. Also, love the fact that not only do you get one side of the back of her head, you get both sides of the back of her head because her hair swoops in a way that you wouldn't be able to tell from the original piece. It's just like, thank you. If anyone needs to draw a piece of Starstruck, they know exactly how to draw her.
I think I have a feeling
Probably
Maddie's
good
gonna
because
be
they
doing
commissioned
something
a
tonight.
lot of pieces.
Yes, they did.
Oh, yes.
And they're
A
all
lot.
they're all beautiful because Starstruck is such a lovely character. I love all of her colors because they all blend well together, and then the addition of the stars in the hair is just super adorable.
I'm going to point this out right now. It is in no way do I think that this character could ever actually be in the show, but I am 100% behind this character. I wouldn't care.
I
still love it.
I can totally see and agree that. I still want her in the show.
Her cutie mark is even on the reference sheet. Like, it's like, oh, Starstruck and a little, stars. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's her fucking cutie mark, dude.
Yes.
Yo, bro, that's her cutie
Okay.
mark.
I love it. If you want to make a reference sheet, do it like this.
This.
Fucking
Maybe not
this.
exactly like this because, but...
I'm just going to copy and paste my OC over each one of these pictures and be like, hey guys, I made a reference sheet. Check it out. Anyway, you were about to say something about her gala dress, Medi?
Her gala dress is so lovely. I love it because all of them.
Cute.
It's so amazing. Look at the colors. The fucking. They all work.
I got a nitpick, guys. I got a nitpick. I found something bad. Guess what? Okay,
unquote.
so I would probably turn the stars around so that they were flowing or they were shooting away from her head, like out of the dress, not.
But they're the
towards
stars
her
in
head.
her hair.
There are stars in her hair, so you can leave those stars in her hair. But then
those stars from her dress are going to her hair, where
But
she already
this-
has stars.
But it's counterintuitive to the way she moves and flies. The way she moves.
Yeah.
Nice. Or the way she flies. The way she flies. Nice. No, the stars are counterintuitive because all of a sudden she started taking off or something like that. Her speed trail would be going out behind her, giving direction. The stars on her dress, I feel, should be flipped the other way around.
I'm
Cheers.
actually going to argue the opposite point because she herself is a shooting star shooting forward. Why would the shooting stars go backward?
Yeah, telling her to go against her pack. Man, that's dark. Man, that's
Why
cold.
can't we
get-
have both?
Actually, you know what?
Having both would
Smooth
destroy
has actually
motion
changed
on
my mind.
all things.
It's joke out of joke.
No,
Also-
I actually now I'm starting to think that Smooth is right on this one.
Her
That
little
kind of makes
shoes!
sense.
They're fucking adorable.
Look at them, they're adorable. Oh, and they totally kind of. Nah, never mind. I was about to say they kind of match her boots in Equestria Girls.
Nah.
God,
I
that
just,
Equestria Girls.
I love this OC.
Hey, Medi.
Welcome to Gushing the episode.
Hey, Medi. Who is Ghoul and Gremlin and Goblin?
They are apparently her pet bats.
She has pet bats, and she is a bat pony.
Yes.
It's kind of like a person having a pet monkey.
So what's wrong with that?
I'm just saying, it's a
Blind
little-
people don't do that.
I'm just saying
Hey.
it's a. Hey,
Her and her bats can enjoy her favorite things, which are lemons and mangoes.
nice.
And the color teal. Bats. She likes bats. I'm trying to find something to critique. 'Cause
If there was one thing I would
I mean-
critique is that her personality, not trying to be mean, but kind of reads as like a generic personality test.
Oh yeah.
She is a soft-hearted soul who often makes mistakes and is a bit naive, being somewhat cynical in humor and logic, while remaining very optimistic. Nature needs her a very batty personality. She's awkward in social situations. She often dashes in and out before any pony notices she has even been there. She often watches silently from the sidelines. And she's also bipolar.
That kind of sounds like a little bit like a regular person mixed with a bat.
She is literally actually on my top 10 best OC list. And I'm so glad that she got to be on the show. Oh my fucking god.
so glad she submitted her own OC to the show.
I'm so glad that she...
That's cool.
I'm so glad that she noticed me, senpai!
I'm also digging the little statue of her like flying and dancing. It's pretty cute.
I almost feel bad having this on here because there's like no critique in here. It's just us gushing.
Because this is how you do a reference sheet for your OC. If you want to show people your character, you do something along this lines, and you explain it.
Thing to talk about colors. This is a really, really awesome way to do colors because
Oh my
they have
God.
this really nice analogous color palette for like the mane, tail, the coat, and all that stuff. And then those fucking eyes. Those eyes are like just the perfect complement. They just like stick out and attracts you right to the eyes. It's adorable. Colors mesh super well.
See, this is a good OC. This is a good OC. You thought we were going to be talking about bad OCs on this episode all the time? Be like, fuck that. No, this is
No.
a good OC. Going off though that whole color thing, it's like okay, everything in it, everything to do with this OC is either having to do with blue, cool colors, or little bits of yellow, but yet when you get to her gala dress, she adds the most perfect amount of the opposite color. She goes from the cool blue to this rich, warm magenta. Now, inside the life of Mummified, real quick, I love this color so much that I actually have that color as my office walls right now, into the life of Mummified a little bit. But then not only is she just adding a little bit of red or a complement or I guess, opposite side of the color wheel, color to her character, but also the fact that she goes a step further and the little frills around the front hoof have a little bit of red in it and black. That black wasn't in there anywhere predominantly other than eyelashes and pupil. But then also the fact that she adds the 2 new colors to the stars by her ears. I think that's so cool. I
also love the names of Gremlin, Goblin, and Ghoul. Those I just fucking love the names.
Ghoul, Gremlin, and Goblin?
Gremlin, Goblin, and Ghoul.
Ghoul, Gremlin, and Goblin. Ghoul is obviously older, so you go by seniority.
Also, she has a height. If you notice, between the Equestria Girls and the Mayor Bat Pony Creative Expressive Bipolar alias, she has a height.
But who is she comparing to?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
Is that other pony supposed to be Zoe Stardust? Her, other OC?
I do not believe so.
The person, because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but this reference sheet is a commission from Sentchi. I don't know. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. And this is how that's just how they do reference sheets, and it's fantastic. Oh my god!
Damn it, that's actually freaking adorable.